Okay, this is another late night video. I haven't been on for a while, been very busy. But whether you're talking about Nibiru, the New World Order, the financial crisis, or Chinese, just south of the border in Mexico, you have to start connecting the dots. Whether you believe in the deep underground military bases that have been built, whether you believe that there are hundreds of tunnels which are, in some cases, hundreds and hundreds of miles long, connecting places in Texas and Dallas to New Mexico, NORAD, and everything else. You've got to look at the whole picture. You can't have one piece of the puzzle and say, I know what's going on, when that's the only piece you've been able to look at, and maybe a few just around it. You have to look at the whole picture. Take a look at Obama. Doesn't seem to be on topic, does it? But it is. He's wrestling for a position in the United States government as president. He's running. He shouldn't be running because, according to everything we've read, and even his own website has removed his birth certificate because he is a Kenyan. And his mother, when she was nationalized somewhere else, needed to be 19 before she could pass on her U.S. citizenship to her son, and she was only 18. So that would have been lost anyway. All this is very good information, and you would think that the Republicans would push on it and would say, oh my God, look, Obama's this, Obama's that, blah, 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 blah. Even in the recent debates, Palin didn't even come back to Biden and say, well, you know, at least McCain is an American citizen. Can you show that Obama is? Because it was a real big thing. Then all of a sudden, whoosh, nobody says a word. Not a word. When approached, they just don't address it. So why not just show your certificate, show this, and put it to rest? No, they're hiding. And the thing that bothers me is the other side's not bringing this up. So this means to me that maybe all of these events are related. What if, for example, they all knew about Nibiru coming? Well, they've been planning on this for a very long time. They're going to control the economy. They're going to crash it. They're going to bring in foreign troops to quell the citizenship. Because remember, national security is real big right now, and you're talking martial law. So they bring martial law against the entire country, bring in foreign troops, such as the Chinese troops, to control everybody. There'll be a large loss of life, not necessarily through the Chinese troops, but just through the lack of food. They're claiming there's a lack of food. There won't be much in the way of jobs. There'll be chaos around. There'll be a lot of people killing other people for a Snickers bar. There could be a lot of odd things happening. I don't know. Those are, you know, doomsday scenarios. But the thing is, you see them on TV. Just saw one recently. Tornado terror in New York City. Then there's volcanoes in New York City. All of them are bringing in the Homeland Security, and they're all talking martial law to control the people and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's the same theme over and over again. They're giving us hints in Hollywood. Take a look. Take a look. Read into a little bit of some of this, and you'll find that the shows like Jericho and everything else, very, very informative. Frighteningly informative. So, my suggestion, we need to connect the dots. We need to find out what's real and what isn't. Take, for example, walking on the moon. Somebody recently pointed out to me, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, that you heard NASA or Houston talking to the astronauts talking to Houston. Dudes, that can't happen. There is a certain amount of time for our satellites orbiting. All gamers know that if you're running on a satellite, you can't play NASCAR because the lag time is too bad. The signal's got to be beamed up, and then it's got to come back again, and it's got to go through all the servers. Well, the astronauts in Houston were talking in real time, answering each other right away. That can't be. It's impossible. So maybe we were on the moon, but those recordings and what we saw had to have been recreations of what happened, simply because it would be very frustrating to hear the astronauts ask a question and then wait a minute and a half, 2 minutes before Houston's able to answer them. It's not good Hollywood. We have to connect the dots. If they know this is coming, they're going to crash the economy, create wars, create things, circumstances to reduce the population greatly, then dive into their little rabbit holes, as I've mentioned before, and be done with humanity, and hope that they survive the ring around the rosy with Nibiru. I think that they're very aware of this, and they've been preparing for quite some time. We don't have enough time to prepare, do we? We'll be lucky if we are not under martial law before the end of the year. Take a look at all the things that are happening. Go to the twistedpickle.net and winr.us. We talk on that kind of a lot. It's more of an open forum, and especially on WINR. Call up anytime we're live, and we'll be very happy to talk about these deep underground military bases and many other topics of concern. More later. Enjoy the evening.